Okay, we are back with the one and only Naomi Watts, everybody. I still, in my mind, go back to when I was lucky enough to receive a facial from the one and only Naomi Watts.
Yes.
That was the most fun segment I've never done.
You got to lie
like
down.
That. And to feel like the product and like the finger, touching and just... that was heaven and bliss. Thank you so much for doing that.
Do it again.
I want to do it again. Your book is so amazing, and it's so humorous. You write it to the reader in a very, I'm going to take your hand way, which, sometimes we can write as if we think
flexible.
It's not a good thing.
It's great.
It's like I have the hips of a Barbie and the core of Shamu. So it's like none of it makes any sense. I've never said it this way, but this book, I think, really helps you reframe it, which is like there's a health component.
Yeah.
We think of it only as body or workout or, fit. And it's like for us women, that is an epicenter of how everything is held together and functions. And I ignore it, and I can't. I shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, the point of the book is to...
I love this book.
I go into many different areas that seem to come up at this point in time. And it's how you are functioning as a woman through perimenopause. And estrogen, the loss of estrogen, hits so many parts of our body. And so how can we adjust with less estrogen?
I want to ask about the physical and mental game of sexuality in this time of life, because they really do, like a dog chasing its tail, affect each other. Let's start with physical.
Right. Yeah, so I met the man that I am now married to.
Who I love so much, by the way. If I may dare say his name, Billy Crudup. I love him so much. Oh, my God, he's so cool.
He really is a special man. And if it wasn't for him, I would never have got to writing this book or creating my company, Stripes Beauty, because right from the offset, when I was deep in my shame, I felt he understood me. He felt compassionate and curious and empathetic, and he really felt like this was something I should lean into. He gave me not just permission by giving me his love and support, but he was like, rock on, do that, like really do it, and I'll tell you a little bit about the first time we came to getting into our sexual encounter, and I'm not going to embarrass him and talk about it in depth on live TV, but there is a chapter where I explore it and I go into detail. But I was mortified because I had my patch on. And if anyone's ever worn a patch, you know that they're very sticky. The adhesive takes ages to get off. In fact, my first doctor that told me to wear the patch said, just use car oil. That'll be fine. And I'm like, I don't want to use car oil on my body. So I would just leave the inevitable kind of nasty mark that it would leave. And I excused myself, ran off to the bathroom, and panicked, like, what am I going to do? And I'm scratching away, and how do I...
Because you've got the gray, gummy outline.
Yes, and probably a couple of them on both sides. Mm-hmm. And I was in there too long, and then came out sort of like that, frantic. And he said, are you okay? Are you not in the mood? And I said, no, I just, well, it was, look, I'm in menopause, and I have treatment, and I have this patch, and I'm wearing it, and it leaves this... I'm old. Should I just leave?
By the way, this is a scene out of a movie.
I was like, this...
You can't write this. I'm so invested.
I was trying my best to apologize, and I was shrinking, and he was like, I'm the same age. We're the same age. What is this? This is science. How can I help?
Okay, I thought I loved him,
but now you're melting. That's what happened to me.
The way that you were with your beautiful husband, Billy, in that room was very disarming, very charming, very cute, and very sweet. I think what you did was so brave. You didn't hide it. You came out with it. And I think with truth comes the light.
It's freeing. It's so freeing. Truth can be so liberating. People fear that when they get to this point that the sex is going to be over. And for some, it is true that your libido goes down. You can get support for things like that. But I just encourage women to get the communication going. Be honest. Tell them what you're going through. Most of the time, people want to help. So I just always encourage, and I go into it in the book, just to launch into the conversation and don't carry the secret or the shame by yourself.
I mean, if you're an example of what to do, I can't think of a better way to approach. You have been so forthright, so inclusive. Again, there's so much humor in this and joy. It makes you feel really good about this journey. And that's how it should be.
Yes, it's all of it. And I don't want to gloss over the despair and the darkness.
No,
it is there. But humor is a way to access, isn't it? Anything. We always need joy and ways to laugh.
And hope and faith.
Yeah, but then also there's information, and I really, really was careful because I know everyone thinks and approaches things differently, and so I spoke to the experts.
Yes.
And I was really careful about how things were represented.
You even
medicine.
say about medicine,
Yeah.
you use verbiage that's incredibly inclusive, open-minded, not pointed,
Yes,
not judgmental.
I'm not saying this is what you have to do ever.
Exactly.
This is how I've experienced it and done it. Every medicine has a risk and a benefit. So just go into it knowing that, and you do your research based on your medical history, and hopefully the doctors that I list and speak to in this book will be helpful too.
Very thorough. Also, I love the cover. It reminds me of like old Sex in the City, and it's just got a vibe, and you look hot, and like, yes, I dare you do say it. Thank you for saying it. This is such an amazing, amazing tool that we now have, and dare I say it, is out now, and I'm honored and privileged to say everyone's going home with a copy.